Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk, and today I'm going to make a card inspired by this fantastic smile in the mail that I received today from the lovely lady called Judy over in Australia. So this has come all the way from over there, and the very second that I opened the envelope and saw this card, I knew I had to give it a try. It just really inspired me, and it's this tonal effect here, ombre, gradual, whatever you want to call it, and mixed with the lovely black. I just think it really pops and I think it's awesome. Now I don't have these exact products, I don't have this die, I might have these stamps but I'm not sure, but this is a DSP, so I'm going to recreate it using my inks. So I have pre-done a card base, so this is your basic black and it's 8 1/4 by 5 7/8, scored and folded in the middle at 4 1/4. And then here we've got some of the Stampin' Up beautiful watercolour paper, and this measures 3 3/4 by 5 7/8. Okay, so the set that I'm going to use to recreate Judy's card is Dandelion Wishes, which is a beautiful, beautiful set. It's been with us quite a while, but I don't mind sharing sets that have been with us a while because I like to get my money's worth, and I love that set. So the colours that I'm choosing today, I'm using a few, but you could do this technique with just 2 colours or 3. I'm using 4, and I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, Terracotta Tile and Merry Merlot. Okay, and those are the 4 colours that I'm going to do my inky blended background with, and I'm using sponge daubers. Okay, so some of them have been pre-used. I can't even remember what colour they were, but they're similar and I'm not worried. What you can do with these, if you're super frugal, I mean they're very inexpensive anyway, these, so the idea is that you'd have one for every colour. I'm a little bit frugal, so I just buy a few, and what you can do is if you put a small amount of hand wash in your hand and run it under the tap and do that, the ink will come out, leave them to dry, use them on different colours. It's all good. So I'm going to start with my Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to have my card that way, but I'm just going to turn it whilst I do my ink blending, and all I'm doing is adding ink to the sponge dauber. I love these, they just fit on your finger nicely, like little finger puppets. Like I say, they're quite inexpensive, so you can have as few or as many as you like. It depends if you're a bit of a collector and you like to have full sets of things, then get yourself a couple of packets, add them to your orders as you go, and before you know it you'll have a full set. And they are good quality as well. I did try to save money and buy some cheaper ones, and what happened was all the sponge disintegrates as you blend in. It splits and it all bits come off. So you get what you pay for. It's up to you what you choose. I'm all for being careful with money, but at the same time you get what you pay for. Right, so that is my Daffodil Delight, so I'll close that up. Now I'm going to go in with Pumpkin Pie. I'm going to use a fresh one. I'll use the ones that already have colour on them on the darker inks, and then it won't matter. Okay, so again I'm just going in a circular motion to get that into the fibres of that. Doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna blast it with water. Okay, I'm gonna do this band a little bit wider, put plenty on, and then I'll just get my yellow and just try and make that line a little bit less harsh there. Okay, and that's a bit better. Okay, and then the next colour is going to be Terracotta Tile. Beautiful, one of our beautiful new in colours. I do love it. Okay, so I'm going to do the same, and I'm just going to go in a circular motion. So you can see we've picked similar colours and they're going down from light to dark. That is as technical as it's getting. It's as technical as it's going to get. And we're just going to have some fun with it. Plenty on there. Okay. We'll go a bit deeper, a bit wider. Alright, so that's that one. And then to finish off, I'm going with Merry Merlot. And hopefully this will give me a nice deep dark colour for the bottom. I'll use that one. I'll just turn it around that way and start and blend there. Add that lovely deep colour all the way in. Doesn't matter if I'm adding it slightly uneven, because like I say, I'm going to blast it with water. I'll just get rid of that harsh line between the two. Okay. Right. Now, I'm going to spritz it. I don't have any kitchen roll, so I'm going to be dabbing the excess water with my trusty towel that I have in my craft room for this kind of occasion. So I've just got plain old water in a spray bottle here, and I'm going to start and I'm going to put quite a lot of water on to activate that ink. I want it to run, I want it to look cool, and it will make it blend into each other, so I'm going to put quite a lot on. I'm just going to dab that line where it's gone a bit not blending properly with my finger. Nice bit of messy crafting. And where that's a little bit darker, I'm just going to dab it with my towel and get some of that dark colour out. Okay, and then give it another spray and leave that to all run down now. I want it to run into each other and just give me a really funky looking background. I'll smush it around a bit. Smush it around a bit. Get all of that ink. That's perfect. That will do me fine. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my heat tool and I'm going to heat set it. Okay. So bear with me while I dry my paper off. Doesn't take very long, but if you want to stamp over the top, you need to make sure it is fully dry. These colours here have blended slightly better. That'll be my technique rather than the ink. Right, so I'm not 100% happy with how that Merry Merlot's turning out. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more colour and I'm going to try and blend it a bit better. Because my paper's quite wet, it will absorb that ink. There we go, it's absorbing the ink even better. Okay, just give that a blend. That's better. It's more like it. It was just not, just my technique. There we go. That's better. I like that. Okay, let me just spritz it with a bit of water and just let that soak in. Let that water drop off, and while I'm here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get, I've got a fan brush. Will I use a fan brush? Well, I would do, but it looks like my daughter, no, it's there. Get my fan brush, In fact, I can just do it with the, I don't even need to dip the brush. I can just do it with that. Just drip the water in. Like so. Wait while it starts and there we go. That will give me some lovely splodges. You can have awesome fun with watercolour. You can play with it all day long and do what you like with it. Okay. You can be quite determined with it, or you can be accidental with it. Do what you want. I'm happy with that. I'm going to blast that now so that it stays as it is. Give that a good dry. We love that. Give my table a wipe. Nothing beats a bit of messy crafting. Right, I think that's dry. Now we can start and stamp on that. Because it's nice and dry, we can stamp on it. So I'm going to bring it over something I don't use very often, and that is the Stamparatus, or Stamparatus, however you want to call it. And the reason that I'm bringing that over is because stamping on watercolour paper can be a little bit more tricky than normal. And also I'm going to be stamping black onto colour. So I want to be able to, I might need to re-ink it quite a few times to get a nice dark black colour, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to put this where I want it, okay, and then put the magnets on to hold it in place. The Stamparatus is awesome. Do be careful with the magnets, because if they bang together they'll break. And along with the Stamparatus I do use the chamois to clean the stamps off in between use. So, but that might not be necessary here. So let's have a look what we're going to use. I think I'm going to use this beautiful one there. And we want a sentiment. Which sentiment shall we have? Sending well wishes your way. Quite like that. Where's that one? Is that it? Let's have a look. Is that the right way? No, that's not. That's wishes for a lifetime of happiness. Do I want that one? And I want that one. Want that one. What's that one? There we go. Sending wishes your way. So let's have a look. That wants to be about there. That looks straight to me. Okay. That wants to be the other way, doesn't it? That way, like so. Up there, like that. Sending well wishes your way. Let's hope that stamp's straight. Because I don't actually know if it will. I'm not worried. I'm not worried if my sentiment is a little bit wonky. Really doesn't matter. Now, one tip for the Stamparatus is the flappers go down like that. To make it nice and flat and even for adding your ink, just slip a stamp case underneath it. Plenty of memento on there. But because we're using this, we can re-ink if it doesn't stamp brilliantly. That's the idea. So here we go. Is it going to work for me? I do hope so. And I hope that sentiment is nice and straight as well. Let's have a look. Wow! You can always tell when I've not really planned the card very well, because I'm just as surprised as you are that it looks nice. That's the fun of crafting. Okay, so I'm re-inking and I'm reapplying so that that will be darker. Okay, and I just want a bit more on that sentiment and on that. Plenty on. I'm having to add extra just simply because I've got such a deep coloured background there. If it was on Whisper White it would be fine, and there we go, we've got a beautiful deep colour in there, so I'm happy with that. Now what I might just do is put this down there as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think I will add another one of this one. Now really I could do with putting some scrap paper underneath, because I'll tell you for why. It's going to protrude, okay, over the edge, and it's Memento ink and I don't really want it all over my stamp apparatus, if I'm honest. So we're going to have it, oh, we'll have it there. Alright, so off we go. And it's already stamped a little bit. Just lift my platform up slightly. Okay. I've never really played with this hugely because I'm a little bit of a lazy crafter, but I think that's turned out really lovely. I really like that. Okay, so I'm carefully removing my magnets, and I've got a metal lamp at the side of my desk. And I put one magnet at one side of the lamp and one magnet at the other so that they're far, far apart from each other. So they don't clash and they don't bash together. Okay, so I just feel like I want a little bit of something light down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm getting my shimmer paint and I'm just going to get a little brush. That's not soft, let's have a look. This one I'll do. I'm just going to add some, let me just get something to bash it on. I'm just going to add some splashes. Oops, I've literally hit it with the brush there. Let's see if I can just quickly get that off before it dries. I don't want that on. Get off. Don't want that bit on. Cover it up. There we go. So just a little bit of splattering there. I like that. And then what I can do is I can, oh that's lovely, promptly get this in the post, and I might just send this to Judy. Like getting your own card back. So I'm going to use red line tape. Now I get this from eBay. Just search red line tape. I better dry that so it doesn't smudge. There we go. And then just very carefully add some tape to the back. It's just a little bit stronger than tear tape, and I sometimes find that if I use wet glue on watercolour paper it just doesn't quite sit right. Sometimes it lifts. So that's why I'm using the strong red line tape. So I'm challenging you all to go and have a messy craft day. There's no right or wrong in crafting. There's no right or wrong way, or you know, you don't have to do a technique a specific way. You can have a play with it and make your own up, and you're bound to end up with something that's quite unique to you and a little bit different. There you go. You're never going to get the same results twice, and you know this is classed as mixed media, so it's just something a little bit different, isn't it? Let's have a look. Right, let's get this on our card base. And those lovely colours against the black. And this is what attracted me to Judy's card right away. Those colours on the black background just look amazing. So thank you to Judy for her inspiration. There's my imitation of your beautiful card. I hope you like it. I'm going to send it you anyway. Thanks for watching. Go get messy. Have some fun. See you soon. Bye.